welcome back. My name is India and I happen to read a lot, and it's the same fucking day. It's the same day. I'm not going to sit here. I could have put on a different jumper. I could have. But I have a friend coming round for dinner in a second and I've got to tidy this place. So we're just going to do this now. This is what happens when you work in retail and Christmas is coming up. You got to whack this shit through, okay? Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 manga / graphic novels that I have read this year in 2026. 2025. Getting ahead of myself. And you must be thinking, India, why are you recording this on the 10th of December? Because I don't have time. I don't have that juicy period between Christmas Day and New Year's to film this shit, okay? I work in retail. My days off are all over the place, okay? It is what it is, all right? Today we're going to do it. It just means that I won't read any more manga and graphic novels until the new year. And I'm fine with that because I'm so busy and so tired, I don't really have time to read. So it works out. But yes, we're going to be diving in today. I have not read as much manga this year. I've read a lot of manga and graphic novels in general. Last year, I attempted to do 30 volumes in 30 days. I just have not read that much manga this year. Just really just haven't. And then what I have read this year is quite a lot of new stuff. But we're going to jump in, dive on in, going from 5th place all the way up. It's going to be a fun time and hopefully you find a series that you haven't yet read and you like the sound of. So first up, we have Cells at Work by Akane Shimizu. This is a really fun science manga. I currently have a lot of these are omnibus editions, and again, I can't grab it because currently that tree there is in the way. It's in the way, I can't grab them. Cells at Work is a science manga following, basically kind of teaching people about how cells in the body work. And the author is teaching this to you through anthropomorphized cells. So these cells look like humans, and each chapter or each volume, there's like a monster of the week, essentially, and then the author will explain to you how the cells in the body work, and there's elaborate backstories for the cells. It's incredibly funny and witty, and I flew through it. I read the first 2 volumes. I've got Omnibus 2, which I'm going to read in the new year, which is the final 3 volumes. Then it's done. The author did bring out a spin-off series called Code Black that is 18 plus, which has me incredibly intrigued because why does a manga series kind of half explaining to you how the body works? It's going to be about sex. That's what it's going to be about. That's why it's 18 plus. But anyway, it's really fun. It's really good. I did read somewhere that it actually helped a lot of students understand biology a little bit better, having watched the adaptation and reading the series. But that was just so much fun. Really good. Big fan. Then we have Rune, The Tale of 1,000 Faces. This is by Carlos Sanchez, and I would explain this. It's for the 9 to 12 age category, and it follows 2 friends who fall into a portal, and it sends them to a magical world that generally is so much fun and exciting and thrilling, and they find out that they're more important to the future of the world than they realized. Very Adventure Time, Steven Universe vibes. I think Adventure Time kind of pushes that balance between being slightly like more teenager than for 9 to 12. But it gives me the same vibes of the world of Adventure Time with like the Candy Kingdom and the Ice King and all of that, minus the Ice King being a creep towards women. But still, that kind of vibe. Like I think they have breakfast at a breakfast themed cafe where like they're in a pancake. It's really cool. It's so much fun. The illustrations are amazing. The plot's really good. The sequel is now out. I haven't read it, and I do believe that the author is writing a 3rd book, but it is just so fun and whimsical and exciting, and the characters are so great, and I love the duo. There's gay representation in there, which I think is really good. I always think gay representation in kids' books is always great, and I just love it, and it's so action-packed, and it's so colourful and bright. So much fun. I would highly recommend Rune. Then we have Your Line April. This is by Naoshi Arakawa. Again, this is an omnibus edition, so my edition had the first 3 volumes in it. This is a really good contemporary, I want to say romance, slice of life, kind of teenage series following a young boy whose mother has passed away. His mother was very strict and abusive, especially when it came to learning to play the piano. Our main character was a piano prodigy, and the way that his mother treated him in trying to maintain that level of standard was abusive. And he has now completely fallen out of love with music, and he can't play the piano because he freezes up. And he is now dealing with the complicated feelings of his abusive mother passing away, and the complicated feelings that come with connecting to music again. And one day he meets this young woman who is a violinist who asks him to be her accompanist for her various competitions that she's a part of. And it's their friendship and maybe something more that allows him to fall in love with music again. And it is so incredibly beautiful. Our four main characters are incredible. The friendships are dynamic. The little bits of romance that we get, the connection to music. I actually started playing some of the music that they talk about in the series on my phone while I'm reading it, because it really gets you into the idea of what they're talking about. The conversation about grief that is complicated, especially our main character and his connection to his mother, is incredibly profound. It is just so good and so beautiful. I remember trying to watch the anime and really couldn't get into the anime. Sometimes I think anime can be quite slow paced for me, and the pacing was all off, so incredibly slow. But I was reading this and it was so much better. So that is my third place pick. Then second place goes to Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is by Makoto Yukimura. This is a story about Vikings, and I always think it's quite interesting when different authors from different countries and different cultures write books and create media about a culture that they don't know about. I think white people do a lot of writing about Japan. It's nice to see Japanese people and other cultures write about white people. Anyway, this follows Thorfinn. Thorfinn is a young boy whose father, unbeknownst to many of the people in their village, used to be a Viking. And one day his father gets killed on a Viking mercenary raid. And it's a story about Thorfinn coming of age and seeking revenge against the bandit leader that killed his father. But it's a very poignant story. It's not exactly what you think it is. So it's part revenge story, part coming of age, and part learning about what it is that you want from your destiny. It is so well researched. It is so good. I'm always a big fan of manga volumes that are very easily structured out to read. For example, the Sailor Moon volumes, she's filling every single inch of that A4 piece, well, not A4 piece of paper, but say it's on an A4 piece of paper, on that piece of paper. You know, she's filling every single bit with illustrations. I'm very much like, can we just put it in a box? My brain hurts and my eyes hurt reading all of this across the page because I don't want to miss a single thing. But I loved the way that Vinland Saga was structured. I really like the story. I really like the amount of research that went into it. I really like the art style. And from what I've heard, rumblings for what the rest of the series has to entail, it's actually something that I think doesn't really get done in much male-focused series. I think Thorfinn's a very interesting and intriguing character. And I like revenge stories. I am a revenge story fan. So yeah, it was just really, really good. I had a really fun time reading it. I think I read the first volume, which I believe is 2 volumes in one as well, on my Kindle. Thank you to Kindle Unlimited. It was so good. I'm intrigued to see where the rest of the series goes, but I'm a big fan. And then finally, the best manga / graphic novel that I read in 2025 was A Sign of Affection by Sue Morishita. So this is a contemporary romance. This is specifically for new adults. It's not like 18 plus or anything like that. It's just the characters, they're in university, I believe. Our main female character is 19, 20, and then our male love interest is like 22, 23. And it follows Yuki. Yuki is deaf and she is just living her life, going to uni, hanging out with friends, and then one day she meets this young man who she is very, very intrigued by, who is a world traveler. He speaks so many different languages, and it's about their budding and blossoming romance where sign language is at the core because she offers to teach him how to learn sign language in order to connect. And it's just incredibly beautiful watching this really fun, exciting romance. The hard of hearing / deaf representation in this book is great, with the author not being hard of hearing or deaf herself, but doing a lot of research and working with people and asking them for feedback and tips and tricks. And they are fully involved in the process of getting this across as much as they can. She even does disclaimers about inevitably, due to the medium of what manga is, she can't fully encapsulate exactly every form of sign language or every signal or hand movement, because you just can't get that in that kind of medium. But the amount of love and care and respect that goes into this incredible. The romance itself is very exciting. It had me giggling so many times. There is a fun little interesting jealousy kind of thing that was happening near to the end of the first book. Again, I had the 3-in-1 edition, which I must say I'm always a fan of. I love a little jealousy trope. Jealousy trope when it doesn't involve the main two and there's like a second person where it's like, see, you fucked up and now you're jealous. Love it. Love it. So good. And yeah, it's just a really good fun romance. I really like it. I also like it as university students, so it's not secondary school, because here's the thing, like, I'm over secondary school stories. I don't care. Again, I'm not really an academia fan, we all know this, but I feel like there's so many high school stories. I want something that's university or workplace, hence why I love Sweat and Soap, which is a good workplace romance. It's good to get something a bit different, and yeah, it's good to have this university romance, and they're not really in university that much, but yeah, so good. I was giggling all the time. I love love. I think it's so amazing. And that book, A Sign of Affection, is my favourite manga / graphic novel of 2025. And that's it. That is the video all done and dusted within 14 minutes right now, according to my camera. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And if you recommend any manga or you've read any of these or you haven't, just let me know all of it. All right, let me know all of it. I'm very excited to see what the new year has in store for manga. But as for now, there is no more manga graphic novels for 2026 because I have to girl boss too close to the sun and can't read anymore. Thank you so much for watching.